In this video, I'm going to share with you how I generated $100,000 in leads for a home services business in 45 days. And you are going to learn exactly how I did this with a fake AI person. There was no ad spend, there was no film crew, any of that. So here's exactly how I did it. If we haven't met, my name is Jen. I help people create AI-powered systems that help them do marketing and obviously make more money in their businesses, whether it be an online business or a local business. All of my AI tools and things that I use help people make more money. And a quick background on me, I've been in marketing for 10 years. I've generated millions of dollars in revenue for my own businesses as well as clients that I've helped. And I use everything from video marketing to AI automation. So when a friend reached out, he was struggling with his local service business, which was a tile business, and Google PPC just wasn't providing the number of leads that they wanted. PPC was just like low quality, low amounts. And we knew that we could create AI video content that would go viral, okay? And when you create viral content on social media, it absolutely changes the game. And we also knew, we knew we had a couple pages on Facebook and on Instagram that were getting millions of views and eyeballs, and people were watching this, and seeing all these videos. And what was that doing? That was leading to sales. And so we knew that there was a system that could really help this business. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that system that we created when it came to an e-commerce product. And so we knew if it worked for an e-commerce, it's also going to work for a local business. We have to do a couple of different things, which I'll share with you in this video, but the point of the matter is we literally created this Amish personality, okay? Let's see if I can draw this little lady. Little Amish person, okay? And she would make these videos talking about different problems, like maybe sleep or having some sort of pain. And we had products that were the solution to those problems. So you've got problems and solutions. And when you tell the story of the pain, and so here's the products that we're selling, and we're selling these on Amazon. And so on Amazon, we have these products that are well priced, they have tons of reviews and do really, really great. But we knew if we were able to send more people to those Amazon landing pages, we could get more customers. So the way that the flow really looks like is we would post a video, okay? Post a video on social media. You would get, that's a play symbol. You would get a certain number of views. So let's say you got 1 million views on that video. Then you would get a certain number of comments. You might get 2,000 comments, let's say. And of those 2,000 comments, 20 people might purchase the product. And so we ended up having a formula where we knew obviously the more views we get, the more comments you're going to get and the more sales that you're going to get. And there's a funnel there. So you can see how many people end up on the landing page, how many people convert. And these comments actually turn into messages. So we talk to them in the DMs, and we have a full automation built out that allows them to go from a view to a comment to a message to sending them the listing. So on Amazon, and then they make a purchase. And so that's kind of how the flow went. So we knew we could probably do this with a local business as well. And we first had to figure out what types of videos, viral videos, because we want videos that get lots of views. And when I say viral, I mean like 10,000 views plus, okay? That to us is virality, especially for like a local business. So we had to figure out what kind of videos were going to work. So we did a lot of research, and we looked at, you can't see that. We did a lot of research, and we looked at all of the companies similar to them and tried to find who has gotten over 1 million views on a video. What do these videos look like? What kind of things what kind of text are they putting on screen? What do the visuals look like? And so we found some really viral tile videos. And what we noticed is people really liked that ASMR. So when you could hear the tiles clinking together as you put them on the ground, or, however you're doing your work, we noticed those videos did really well. So what did we do? We just replicated those with You guessed it, our little AI persona. So we built a guy who was our tile guy, right? And we created a bunch of videos. So every day we'd have a different video go out, and we were just testing to see, okay, this one might get 300 views. This one might get, 5,000 views. And then all of a sudden we get one that gets 200,000 views. And so now we know we've hit something here. And so what happens? The same thing. We get comments, messages, and quotes sent. So in that time period, they sent in the first 45 days. Now let's talk about money. They had one job that they quoted for $80,000. This was a huge job, and we were targeting really high-end neighborhoods. And so part of the process of doing the post is we would actually put the location of the like high-end neighborhoods in the area that we wanted to target, and we would use the hashtags in that neighborhood so that we could get these very high value quotes. This person was someone who was moving to the area soon, came across our video on Facebook, was like, hey, I need you to come in and quote because I need to redo all this stuff. I just bought this house. Huge quote. Then they got another quote that was like $20,000. I think it was like a pool deck. And so some of these take a few months to close, but we anticipate that at least, one or two, these are just in the first 45 days. They ended up doing a lot more quotes than that over the 3-month time period that we worked with them. But yeah, so we know we could generate for them at least $100,000 in quotes sent in just the first 45 days, which I think is super, super powerful. Now, something that we did to basically boost this a little bit more, we took the best performing videos. So if I know this one that got 200,000 views is really popular and it got, 500 comments, I can take this video and now place ad dollars behind it in my little local geographical area. So they told us, okay, here's the location, here's our city, we want 50-mile radius here. We don't want to drive, more than an hour or whatever. And so we created a 50-mile radius, we put some ad dollars behind it, and guess what happened? We got more comments and more customers. And now, instead of getting customers over here and in this other state and this other place, they're all in this little radius. So what we did is we validated what the market likes, what they like to see, what they want to buy from our organic content. So this was organic. And then we took the best performing organic content and we turned it into Facebook ads. And we ran these on Facebook and Instagram. And it was very, very successful. Now, how do you do this? So you have to understand exactly who your audience is. So who's buying, what is the product? You need to get a full download on that business. And this might be your local home service business. This might be someone you're helping their local home service business trying to get them customers. You have to understand the product so well. And for the comments, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. So I use ManyChat, and if you want to get access to it, it's in the description below. I use ManyChat, and we basically had 2 keywords. So one was for a guide. So this is just for people who want more information on, if I want to build or redo my backyard pool deck, what things should I know before I do that? Or if you want to learn about the different types of stone and how you should take care of them, I need a guide, right? So people would comment the word guide, and then we would send them PDF, okay? PDF. Then we had people who, these posts, we just wanted them to ask for a quote, basically. So they would comment quote, and we'd say, okay, great. Then we'd gather more information, like their phone number and their address, and we would get them set up with the company to get an in-person quote. And so you can see how these two things really work hand in hand. And then these people, after we send them the PDF, we say, do you need help? Do you need your backyard redone? Do you need your kitchen, countertops redone? What is it that you need? What are you interested in tile work? And so we were able to convert some of those people into paying customers as well. So that's kind of how the messaging flow went. So I want to address some myths here because I think people think that if it's AI, it's slop. And that is just not true. Now, did we get some comments of saying, this is AI slop? Of course we did, but I don't mind because you know what happens? The more people comment, more comments equal more virality. So if a few of them were AI slop, I don't really mind. I'll leave them there. It doesn't bother me at all. And you know what I do for every single video? I mark it. There's a little button on there that says AI generated on social media. And you basically slide this to the right to say, yes, this is AI generated. So we were not trying to pretend that this wasn't AI. And that's really, really important. You don't want to try to pretend that this is something that a real person did, right? So we're there to inspire, to educate, to, show examples of different backyards that you could have, what that might look like, a before and after. People love that stuff. And whether it's AI or not, it's very valuable and people love it. And if they want that service, they don't care if it's AI, okay? They don't care. Or they don't know. And either way, you're winning, okay? Either way, you're winning. They don't care or they don't know. So if you're stressed about, oh my gosh, if I post AI content, people aren't going to like it, you need to inspire people. Give them something to get excited about, to be inspired by, to want to attain for themselves. You are creating value. And whether it's AI or real content, you are still creating value. And so that's why it really doesn't bother me at all. Okay, 2 rules here, okay? Start a new account. And the reason we did this is because if you have a business owner who, let's say, has their own account and maybe they've been posting or maybe they haven't been consistent, we don't know what they have trained the algorithm on who to serve that content to. And so we want to have full control. And when we start a fresh account, we can signal to Facebook and Instagram who our customer is. So with our hashtags, location, and our content, right? And we want to make sure we get in front of the right people. And so sometimes an old account can be not as good. So then what we do is we're going to post on Instagram, and then we're going to also share to Facebook. So whenever we send that post out, there's an option in there to share it to Facebook and then also to your stories. So I do this every single time, to your Facebook, to your stories. And then you also want to go and interact with content like yours. Because not only is that going to tell the algorithm, hey, this account is also interested in other tile videos, but then when you log in, you're going to get inspiration. So it's going to help you get inspired on the type of content you're going to create. And the last thing is only post 1 time per day at the beginning, okay? After you've done that for about 30 days, then you can increase to 2 times a day. You don't want to go too crazy at the beginning. You want to warm the account up. You want to make sure to signal to Instagram, to Facebook what this account's about, and then you can slowly start to increase your posts. Those are the rules that I followed when I did my post. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, how much does this whole system cost if I were to start creating these AI videos? So I have a couple different tools that I use. The first one is Zapier, and this really allowed me to automate all of my content production. So I would upload a spreadsheet to Zapier that's got, this is day to day. Here's what kind of tile I want in this video. Here's what my guy looks like. I have a reference image of him, and it spits out for me a video. And that video goes into an app called Buffer. And this one's actually free. So this costs $0. The Zapier, I think I pay, I want to say the cheapest plan has got to be like $50 or less. So that's per month for Zapier. Buffer is free. I have it alert my phone every time it's time to do a post. And then I just go in, I log in, I copy the caption, get the video, paste, turn on AI generated, and post. And I make sure it goes to Facebook as well. So here's just some of the tools. Let me give you the next tool. So the next big tool is called Kie AI. And I do have it in my description below if you want to get access to this tool. Um, so this one you pay per video. And there's another one called Higgsfield as well, but this one just works really well with my Zapier automation. So I pay per video, and for 30 videos a month, it's about $100. So it's really not bad. You can top up your credits $50 at a time. So $100 for videos. Compare that to hiring a video producer, all the time that it takes to do, create the content, edit the content, do all this stuff. $100 is honestly a steal. And so those are the main tools that I use and what they cost me to do all of that. Now, I will be breaking down this entire system, especially here, like how I produce the videos start to finish in another video. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see that when that video comes out. But if this gave you something useful, subscribe, like, leave me a comment if you have any questions, and thank you so much.